guys, Hilary is my name. Today I want to share about the flex arm of my homemade dental chair. I want you to have a look at this. This is the arm of the dental chair. This is the light. It has a pivot here. Then it has this section also, and then it has another joint here. And then it runs this side, and then it goes down into the box. Now what I want to show you about, this tube rotates about its axis. This tube here, it sits inside there in another metal tube. Portion of it is greased, and it's made in a way that it can rotate and move to different, so you can move your arm side to side. You can move it side to side, and it's rotating about that axis. How I fabricated that, just a simple diagram. This is the tube. I cut a portion of this same tube, then I cut a small part of it off, and made sure I made a small tube that would exactly fit with a diameter just slightly less than, with the circumference slightly less than this bigger tube. So I pushed it inside this tube, welded it, got a same section and fixed it on something inside here, inside the box, and then pushed this entire pipe into this lower section. Then I greased there. So with this kind of thing, this arm can rotate like 360 degrees. But inside it, remember, a wire for power runs through this arm, then it goes. Yeah, so it's a hollow tube. Now, usually the most challenging thing about this flex arm is how it stays stable the way you see it. That when you push it down, it will stay down. When you push it up, it will stay up there. So that is the most challenging mechanism, and that's what we are going to be looking at. Well, to start with, inside here there is a rod running from here, from this point through up to this point. Part of that rod, a portion of it is threaded up to somewhere here. I think almost 3/4 of it is threaded. Then the other quarter is not threaded. I got two different rods, one which is threaded and then another one which is not threaded, and welded them together. And now the other thing you need to know, let's now have a better look at it. This is the rod, the threaded rod. This is the threaded rod. You can see it running. There are nuts here. These are two nuts. I want to focus. A spring. This is a spring that resists compression. Needs a big force actually to compress, about 15 to 25 kilograms of force to compress. This is a spring. There are stoppers here, this and that on either side. This is a 30 by 30 millimeter square section, square tube. This is a square tube. It's a 30 by 30 millimeter. I cut the one surface off it, and it's just like you see, this upper surface is open. Then I had to drill holes into it so that our pipe can run through here. Same thing on this end, the same thing. Then of course I use plastic stoppers this side and also this side, just to cover. Well, for this, the upper part is not covered, so these are stoppers. I used a gas spring damper. I cut a lower section of it and I got the rod out of it. So if you know a gas spring damper, the rod always pushes in, slides into a tube. So this lower part of it, this rod can slide through easily. So this part of the rod is not threaded up to somewhere like here. From there up to here, not threaded. Then from here up to the extreme end here, it is threaded. These are stoppers. These are fixed to this 30 by 30 millimeter square tube. Now this is also fixed in that place. It does not move. What moves is the rod which slides through. So the other thing we need to know is there is a small pipe here, small diameter, about 20 millimeters. This one here, it's hollow. So in that pipe I drilled a hole that goes through that inner pipe and also through this outer tube, and also a second hole goes through the pipe, only this small pipe itself. So that other hole is to hold the rod, the threaded rod. This same thing is done also on this side. This portion of the rod which is unthreaded is attached on a small bolt here, which was attached to this small pipe where we drilled the hole. This part does not touch the square section, only the lower hole. I think these holes are about 2 centimeters apart from this to the one up. They're about 2 centimeters apart. So you drill it 2 holes in the inner round tube, then 1 hole through the square section. So the lower hole will hold the square section, just like you can see. This is where the square section pivots. Then the upper hole through the round tube is where the rods are attached. You have stoppers here, you have a spring here. So the next thing will be you put nuts along this threaded portion and make sure you compress this spring as much as possible. The more you compress the spring, the more able the arm will be to lift a heavier weight on this side of the light. Some lights are heavier than the others. You'll find that now this light is not very strong, but if you have a bigger light, that means even your spring here has to be a lot more robust and stronger, and needs more compression forces to shrink. So I put nuts here, compressed this spring so hard. So with that compression, this arm is able to be held the way it is, that it cannot move. When you put it in a position, it will stay in a position. When you put it there, it will stay. When you look at this, it's out of focus, but when you do this, you see the portion of the rod moving, and you see it moving in here. So it moves in and out. The other thing also is this portion. When you're making this, you have to make sure you have this part remaining hollow, because a wire will pass through to power the light. So I also made in a similar way another small pipe, pushed it inside, attached another one here, and also another one. These are like 3 different sections of a pipe attached. They are fitting there. This area is greased inside. If I pull slightly, I don't know whether it will come up for us to check. So when you look here, I've tried to pull it up, it's coming out. This area has grease inside. That's why this arm can rotate about its axis, just like you can see. There is grease inside. And then can rotate along its axis. Basically, that's what I can say. This is how it works. So after I run a wire from the power supply inside here through this, through here, through there, through here. I think you can see the wire. Here is the wire. This is the wire. It runs from the inside there, and then it comes, and then goes down. These are 2 wires powering the light. Yeah, just like you can see, it's off. Just had to remove the neon, and then I put an LED, so it works perfectly well. I had to attach a dental light, just like you can see. This is rotating. These dental lights always have this in them. They are made in a way that they can rotate around their axis. So this is the flex arm. Can go move up and down, can move sideways along that axis. It can also extend along the other main axis of the tube, just like you can see. I can push it the other end to the other end, and then I can bring it back this side, and then up, down. It stays in that. Put it there, it stays in that position. Thank you.